Hi, this is Buzz Waterston. So, I'm lying here in my backyard in a hammock, and there's a little road noise going by. I apologize for that, but I thought this would be a terrific time to talk to you about sedation dentistry. I've been doing sedation dentistry since, I think it's 1999, maybe 2000. And the reason I started, well, the reason I got my training in that area was not a good feeling for a dentist to have a patient come in who's so nervous and has a lifetime of terrible memories of dental treatment, and you use everything in your bag of tricks, all sorts of advanced numbing techniques, things like that, and people are still terrified. It's a horrible feeling for a dentist. So I went and got my sedation training, and now I always have something extra in my bag of tricks. So what is mild to moderate conscious sedation? I'm glad you asked. It's a state of medication-induced relaxation where you're awake. So this is not general anesthesia, but you're awake and you're slightly aware of what's going on, but you feel kind of removed. It's almost like watching a movie, you go to the dentist. And what sedation dentistry does is it relaxes you incredibly. I just love seeing people's hands go from clutching the chair to just relaxed. And we can have conversations with people who are sedated. The thing is, when you're sedated, you don't feel, you don't know what's going on, basically. And afterwards, you don't remember. So I'll call a patient 2 days, 3 days later and say, you know, how was that experience for you? And people say, great. And I say, what do you remember? And I say, well, I sat down in the chair, and that's it. That's all they remember. So mild to moderate conscious sedation has a short recovery period. You really think you're feeling fine at the end of sedation. I had sedation once for a medical procedure, and I felt like, you know, using my radial arm saw afterwards, and I realized that was incredibly dumb. You don't do anything like that after sedation because the effects linger for, for a few hours afterwards. So I wouldn't make any important decisions. I wouldn't give one of my kids approval to get married after I just had sedation, things like that. But the great thing about it is you're incredibly relaxed, and one of the biggest impediments to getting fully numb in a dental office is the adrenaline that your body produces because you're nervous. People who are producing a lot of adrenaline usually take on average about twice the amount of anesthetics like Novocaine compared to people who aren't nervous. So it's much easier to get you numb, it just makes dentistry a terrific experience for people. What kind of people might need sedation? Well, it's not just people who are terrified of the dentist. It's also people who have no, there's a Yiddish word for it, no Sitzfleisch. Sitzfleisch is an ability to sit still. So if you're one of those people who's like super goal-oriented, and once you've sat in a dentist chair for about 13 minutes, you're just ready to bolt on to your next task, but you need a lot of dental treatment, sedation's terrific for you. We can do a tremendous amount of treatment in 1 or 2 long visits. Sometimes it's an all-day long visit. Sometimes it's a full morning. And you don't get that feeling of, I got a life to live. Let me out of here. I have to do something. I have to do 47 things. So some of my patients who get sedation, they just don't like sitting through dental treatment. They have no patience for it. But most of the people are people who are really terrified of dentistry. If you want to know more about sedation, you can check either of my web pages. WaterstonDentalCare.com has an especially good section on sedation, and it's just a terrific thing for making dental treatment easier. So this is Buzz Waterston signing off, lying in my hammock, and that's how you'd feel if you had sedation dentistry. Sorry we can't provide the trees overhead, but we do everything else but that for you.